What if everything you've ever believed about reality, success, and even yourself was only scratching the surface? Imagine a world where your thoughts aren't just thoughts. They're powerful energy, shaping the very fabric of reality. This isn't science fiction. It's quantum consciousness, and it's quietly rewriting the rules of life, love, and success. Some call it magic, some call it science, but those who truly understand it experience reality bending in ways most people will never see. Are you ready to see what really happens when you trust the power of your mind? The quantum shift. We've all been taught that reality is solid, predictable, and fixed, that the world outside is independent of us, and that no matter how we think, feel, or imagine, reality marches on without pause. Schools, society, and culture have drilled this into us from childhood, but science, true cutting-edge science, paints a radically different picture. At the quantum level, the universe is not made of solid matter. It's waves, vibrations, energy, and endless possibilities. And here's the most astonishing part. Consciousness, the very awareness that you often take for granted, is not just observing this universe. It is actively interacting with it. Imagine your mind not as a small, isolated brain locked inside your skull, but as a network of energy that resonates with the universe. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel sends ripples through the quantum field. What we think of as random events or luck may in fact be subtle shifts triggered by your own consciousness. This is the foundation of quantum consciousness, the understanding that your awareness doesn't just witness reality. It participates in its creation. At first, this idea feels almost impossible. How can my thoughts affect the external world? Yet physics experiments like the famous double-slit experiment show us something extraordinary. Particles behave differently when observed. Reality itself seems to respond to the act of attention, as if the universe is waiting for your mind to guide it. If the tiniest particle can respond to observation, why not the larger patterns of life itself? Most people never notice this because our brains are trained to look for linear cause and effect. We're taught to plan, control, and force results. But quantum consciousness works differently. It doesn't respond to effort or force. It responds to alignment, focus, and the energy behind your intentions. This is why some people seem to have luck or flow while others struggle endlessly. It isn't random. It's a matter of awareness. When you start to grasp this, a subtle shift begins. You realize that life is not something that happens to you. It is something you co-create. Your thoughts, feelings, and intentions are the brushstrokes, and reality is the canvas. Some may call it magical thinking, others may call it pseudoscience. But those who have experienced it know, the moment you begin to trust the quantum power of your mind, reality itself begins to bend, subtly at first, then in ways that feel impossible. This is not a call to abandon logic or reason. It is a call to expand your perception of what is possible. The universe, in its deepest layers, is alive with potential. And consciousness is the key that unlocks it. Once you begin to see your mind not as a passive spectator, but as an active participant, every moment, every choice, every emotion gains extraordinary significance. The first step is awareness. Begin observing your thoughts. Notice how your mood shifts reality around you, how opportunities appear seemingly out of nowhere when your focus is sharp and your energy aligned. The quantum shift begins the moment you stop assuming life is rigid and start realizing that it is fluid, responsive, and waiting for your conscious attention. The path of quantum consciousness isn't about control, it's about participation. It's about realizing that your life is not a series of random events, but a network of potentialities that respond to your awareness. And once this truth takes root, everything begins to change. If this sparked something inside you, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Start shaping your reality with every thought today. The power of belief. Once you begin to understand that your mind can influence reality, the next question arises: how? The answer is deceptively simple but profoundly powerful. Belief. Not just hope or wishful thinking, but a deep, unshakable alignment of thought and feeling with the life you want to experience. Belief is energy. It is a force that radiates from your consciousness into the quantum field, stirring the infinite possibilities around you. Every thought, every conviction, every emotional tone acts like a tuning fork, vibrating at a frequency that resonates with the outcomes you attract. Think about moments in your life when everything seemed to just work out. Perhaps an idea appeared fully formed at the perfect time. Perhaps you met the right person when you least expected it. Perhaps a solution to a problem arrived in a flash of clarity. At the time, you might have called it luck, coincidence, or serendipity. But from the perspective of quantum consciousness, these moments are not random. They are the universe responding to the alignment of your mind, the ripple effect of your focused belief. Belief is a filter, and the universe is sensitive to it. When you doubt, hesitate, or fear, your energy fragments, scattering potential outcomes like a pebble thrown into turbulent water. But when you trust fully, when your mind and heart vibrate in synchrony with your intention, your presence becomes a magnet for experiences that reflect that state of alignment. This is why some people seem effortlessly lucky, why others seem to struggle despite working harder. It is not effort alone that creates results. It is alignment, focus, and belief that move the unseen forces around us. Here's a crucial point most people miss. Belief is not passive. It is not simply repeating affirmations or wishing for a better life. It is active, deliberate, and deeply embodied. It is feeling the outcome as though it has already arrived. When you imagine your reality with clarity, emotion, and certainty, you create a resonance so strong that the quantum field begins to respond. Your mind, emotions, and energy act like a conductor guiding an orchestra of infinite possibilities, shaping reality in ways subtle and profound. Yet the paradox of quantum consciousness is this: the harder you try to force results, the more resistance you create. Belief cannot be imposed. It must be felt. It emerges from trust, clarity, and surrender. The more aligned you are with your true intentions, the less you need to control and the more effortlessly life responds. Opportunities appear, ideas flow, synchronicities multiply, and people gravitate toward your energy. It is a living, breathing exchange between consciousness and reality. This is why belief, properly understood, is far more than a mindset. It is an energetic signature, a vibration that shapes the invisible framework of your life. The mind does not just interpret reality. It participates in creating it. The more consistently you align your beliefs with your intentions, the more reality mirrors the possibilities you imagine. And once this begins to happen, you experience something profound. The world itself feels alive, responsive, and deeply intertwined with your consciousness. Belief in the quantum sense is a superpower, but it is only accessible when you truly embrace the idea that your inner world is inseparable from your outer experience. When your thoughts, emotions, and intentions converge in a coherent, resonant signal, the universe responds in kind, and at that moment you realize that life is not about surviving randomness. It is about consciously navigating a sea of infinite potential, guided by the steady, powerful compass of your belief, breaking the illusion. Most of us live trapped in invisible walls. Limits we've been taught are real. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough talent. These aren't universal truths. They are beliefs, repeated so often that we accept them as reality. Quantum consciousness shows us a radical truth. These boundaries exist only in the mind. they are illusions. When you begin to perceive life through this lens, what once seemed impossible suddenly becomes possible. Fear and doubt are heavy because we treat them as facts. But in truth, they are signals, signposts pointing to where our consciousness hasn't yet aligned with potential. Every limitation is simply a vibration you have been holding. Shift your energy, focus your mind, and reality starts to ripple differently. Obstacles become opportunities, challenges turn into lessons, and what once felt like resistance transforms into guidance. Here's the paradox. The harder we try to control life, the more trapped we feel. Force creates friction, struggle generates tension, and the world pushes back. Quantum consciousness works differently. It responds not to effort, but to alignment. When you stop fighting reality and start trusting the currents of possibility, life moves with you. Things happen almost effortlessly. Doors open where walls once stood. People, ideas, and opportunities begin to appear as if orchestrated. Breaking the illusion also requires awareness of your own power. Most people underestimate the influence of their thoughts and feelings, but consciousness is not passive. It's active, shaping reality at every level. Once you accept this, everything changes. You begin to see synchronicities, small nudges, and subtle patterns that confirm your mind is not separate from the universe. It is entwined with it. The world no longer feels fixed or rigid. Instead, it becomes fluid, responsive, and alive. Life is no longer something that happens to you. It is something you participate in moment by moment. Breaking the illusion means recognizing that what you see is only one version of reality, and that by trusting your inner power, you can access the infinite possibilities that always existed just beyond the veil. When this shift happens, fear loses its grip, doubt dissolves, and you step into a space where life bends toward possibility. The invisible walls fall, and you begin to move with the rhythm of the universe instead of against it. How to activate it? Understanding quantum consciousness is one thing. Activating it is another. Most people never reach this stage because they wait for proof outside themselves. But the power is already inside you, waiting for focus, attention, and trust. Activation begins with awareness, simply noticing your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. Every thought carries energy, every feeling amplifies it. Once you see this, you realize that your inner world is the steering wheel of reality, and your outer world simply reflects the vibration you emit. The first step is clarity. What do you truly want? Not what society tells you to want, not what you think you should achieve, but what feels alive, exciting, and expansive within you. Focus your mind there. Visualize it as if it's already real. Feel it in your body. The universe doesn't respond to wishes or vague hopes. It responds to energy, precision, and intensity. When your emotions match your vision, your consciousness sends a powerful signal that sets the quantum field into motion. Next comes surrender. Many think activating quantum consciousness is about controlling everything, forcing outcomes, or strategizing endlessly. It isn't. The quantum mind responds to alignment, not pressure. Let go of the need to force results. Trust that the universe will respond to your energy, that opportunities, people, and ideas will flow towards you when the time is right. This is where patience and presence become your greatest tools. Meditation, reflection, and visualization are practical ways to activate this power. But even in daily life, every choice is an opportunity to tune your frequency. Speak with intention. Act with confidence. Feel gratitude. Every small action amplifies your alignment with possibility. The more consistently you practice, the more subtle yet undeniable the shifts in reality become. The final piece is consistency. Quantum consciousness doesn't respond to one-off effort. It responds to steady conscious engagement. Like a garden, your mind must be nurtured daily. Thoughts, beliefs, and emotions are the seeds. Alignment and focus are the water. And trust is the sunlight. When all three converge, life begins to blossom in unexpected, extraordinary ways. Activation isn't magic, it's science and awareness combined. The moment you start noticing your thoughts, aligning your energy, and trusting the unseen currents of possibility, you step into a rhythm where life responds to you, instead of you chasing life. This is the gateway from potential to manifestation, from limitation to infinite possibility, real-world impact. When you begin to trust quantum consciousness, the effects aren't always dramatic at first. They start small, subtle nudges, tiny synchronicities, moments that feel almost accidental. A conversation that sparks a new idea, an opportunity that appears out of nowhere, a sudden insight that changes your perspective. These are the early signs that your mind is interacting with the field of infinite possibilities. Pay attention, because this is the universe whispering back to you. Over time, these small ripples grow into waves. Your focus and alignment start to create patterns in reality. Projects you've been struggling with gain momentum effortlessly. Relationships shift naturally as you resonate with the people and situations that match your energy. Even your own creativity, intuition, and clarity expand. Things that once felt forced now unfold organically. You're no longer pushing against life, you're moving with it. The beauty of quantum consciousness is that it works in every area of life. Health can improve as your awareness aligns with vitality and balance. Wealth and opportunities can multiply as your intentions resonate with abundance. Creative breakthroughs, problem-solving, and decision-making become more fluid because your mind is tuned to possibilities rather than limitations. Even challenges start to feel like invitations rather than obstacles, because your perspective shifts from scarcity to potential. The key is to notice, trust, and reinforce these shifts. Each small success is feedback that your consciousness is shaping reality. Celebrate it, feel it, and let it guide your next step. Over time, life begins to feel less random and more like a mirror of your inner state. Your external world reflects the energy, focus, and clarity you cultivate inside. Eventually, you realize that what you once called coincidence or luck is actually the natural response of a universe. Interacting with an aligned consciousness, reality begins to bend in ways that seem impossible to the untrained mind. And the more you engage with this process, the more life itself becomes a playground of infinite potential. A world that responds to your energy, intention, and trust rather than to struggle or effort alone. This is the real power of quantum consciousness. It transforms life from something you endure into something you actively shape moment by moment. Once you notice it, practice it, and trust it, the impossible starts to become ordinary, and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. The invitation. Quantum consciousness isn't a trick, and it isn't magic. It's the fusion of mind and science, a force you already carry waiting for trust and focus. The moment you stop resisting, stop doubting, and fully believe in your inner quantum power, life begins to respond in ways that feel impossible yet real. Opportunities appear effortlessly, ideas flow, and synchronicities align as if the universe itself is cooperating with you. Every thought, every intention, every emotion begins to shape your reality. The question is simple. Will you trust the invisible and watch your world bend in your favor? Or remain stuck in the old patterns where life feels heavy, random, and unchanged? The subtle signs. The universe doesn't reveal its power with grand gestures, it whispers. A chance encounter that shifts everything. A sudden idea that seems to appear from nowhere, moments of clarity that leave you speechless. These are not coincidences, they are signs that your consciousness is interacting with reality on a quantum level. When you start noticing these subtle signals, life stops feeling random. Every thought, every intention, every emotion you send out becomes a ripple in the vast quantum field shaping your path. Your mind and the universe are in constant conversation. Quantum consciousness is like a dance. You move, it moves. The more you trust, the more life synchronizes with your energy. Opportunities align, people show up at the right moment, and even challenges seem guided rather than accidental. Pay attention to the whispers. They are proof that reality is responding, bending, and reshaping according to the frequency of your mind. The world is alive, and your consciousness is not separate from it. Every vibration you emit matters. Your life, quantum shifted. Imagine waking up every day knowing you are not just living life, you are actively creating it. Each morning, reality itself feels different, alive, and responsive to the energy you bring. Doors that once seemed closed or walls that felt unbreakable begin to dissolve, revealing paths that were always there waiting for your attention. Ideas and inspiration flow with astonishing ease, as if the universe itself is collaborating with you, arranging circumstances, people, and opportunities in perfect alignment with your inner focus. Challenges no longer weigh you down. Instead, they become stepping stones, lessons designed to propel you toward your next breakthrough. This is the reality that emerges when you fully trust quantum consciousness. Life stops being a series of random events and starts moving through you like a dynamic living network. Your thoughts, beliefs, and intentions are no longer passive. They ripple across the quantum fabric of reality, subtly shaping outcomes, bending probabilities, and transforming what once seemed impossible into something inevitable. Every decision, every moment of clarity, every spark of intention sends a wave through this infinite field of possibilities, pulling your reality toward the frequency of your consciousness. The difference between ordinary life and a quantum-shifted life is profound. In the ordinary, people react to circumstances. They push against obstacles, strive for control, and chase outcomes that always feel slightly out of reach. In a quantum-shifted life, you align with the underlying currents of reality. You work with the flow, not against it. The universe becomes a mirror of your inner state, reflecting abundance when your mind resonates with it, signaling clarity when your focus is sharp, and opening doors when your energy is aligned with purpose. But this shift requires choice. It is not automatic, and it is not easy to maintain in a world conditioned to doubt, fear, and limitation. You can continue to stay small, moving through life passively, reacting to external circumstances, and letting unseen potential slip away. Or you can step into the unseen power you've always had, the quantum awareness that knows life is responsive, fluid, and alive. You can choose to trust your inner guidance, to focus your energy, and to engage with the universe as an active participant. When you make this choice, transformation begins. Life expands, stretches, and bends in ways you never imagined possible. Obstacles turn into catalysts, coincidences turn into signs, and synchronicities guide you forward with a clarity that feels both profound and effortless. The impossible ceases to feel unattainable, and reality begins to respond to the conscious resonance of your mind. You are no longer at the mercy of life. You are its co-creator, fully engaged with the infinite potential that exists at the intersection of mind, energy, and consciousness. The invitation is simple yet profound. Awaken to your power, align with your intention, and trust that the universe is not a chaotic force working against you, but a responsive partner, ready to amplify your focus and bring your inner vision into the tangible world. Step into your quantum-shifted life and watch your reality expand, evolve, and transform in ways that are as breathtaking as they are inevitable. If this sparked something inside you, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Start shaping your reality with every thought today.